Bienvenidos al podcast de Cables y Teclas.
Hello everyone and welcome to the very first English version of Cables y Teclas, your weekly podcast where we talk to some of your favorite musicians and we always bring a new fresh perspective to music that you love the most. Today we have with us Famadi Kouyaté. I'm not too sure if I pronounce it right, but so happy to have you here. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much, Manu. Thanks so much for having me here. It's a pleasure to be with you tonight.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy. For those who don't know him, he's a young master musician from Guinea, now based in Cardiff, here in the UK, and his primary instrument is the balafon. He plays both as a solo artist and also with a full band. And some of his arrangements are like fusion around like Mandingue African and Western European jazz, pop, indie, funk, and a big bunch of like sort of mix of styles. And I wanted to say I've seen him live, and the atmosphere that he generated is just like is unbelievable. It's truly amazing. From the first moment that you enter his gig, you are mesmerizing how he's playing this very cool instrument that we are going to talk about it in a second, and just the next second you see yourself that you're dancing in a very cool vibe. So yeah, and also one of the things that I wanted to mention is that you can see and feel how much Famadi is actually enjoying being up on the stage and performing. As soon as he smiles, it's like very infectious, and I just really loved it, and I'm very much looking forward to seeing you again live. But now, before we go any further, let's dive into like what's a balafon, and for those that don't know, go to Google, search it out, and let's see and hear it from Famadi. What's this instrument? Where is it coming from?
Well, it's come from Guinea in West Africa, where I'm originally from, and it's kind of like a xylophone, but a wooden xylophone, and we call it balafon. Because it's a natural wooden xylophone from Guinea in West Africa. So it's made out of the mahogany family type of wood. And then we've got like dry goods, the goods from the tree, dried goods, and then it's that amplify the sound. So those goods amplify the sound of the words, and it kind of resonates as a melodic, So it's like a wooden percussion instrument, but with a lot of, melodies, rhythmic stuff going on. So that's the balafon, kind of like a wooden xylophone.
Nice.
Cool. And how does it work? Because I see there's something underneath the keys, right? These are these elements just to amplify the sound.
Yeah, that's the goods.
Okay.
That's the goods. You can also call them maybe calabash. So they come from the tree. Actually, they're no fruits to eat. They're just like a normal, some stuff from the trees, and then it's been used for different sort of thing in Guinea where I'm from, for different percussion. You can even, a bigger one, you can use it to use in the kitchen, to put like rice in it, to wash rice in it. That's a big one. It is very important, that thing. And then it's the balafon. You can use in different things, but also in different musical instruments as well. We've got an instrument called bolon. We've got castanet. We've got kora. I don't know if you heard about kora. Kora is one of the West African popular instruments. It has got like a strings, like a harp.
Okay.
It's like African harp. You got string. So and then the big bar of that has made out from calabash. That's a big goods.
Yeah, that's interesting. And how it's the balafon tune? Does it have the same chromatic keys as the piano, or?
Yes, indeed.
Okay.
It used to be very traditional back in the day, back in like 70s and stuff. It used to be very traditional back in the 70s, and then now, you know, our parents was kind of like made it into universal keys sound to be
Hmm.
able to cooperate or to play alongside of guitar and keyboards, those kind of thing. So yes, it has got the same, you know, tuning. And the Guinean balafon is diatonic,
Okay.
where the others, you know, neighborhood countries go like pentatonic
Hmm.
balafon. So mine is more like diatonic with do re mi fa sol la si do, that
Hmm.
kind of stuff.
Good, good. And what happens if you break one of the keys? Do you always bring replacement with you, or I guess this is not that simple as change a guitar string, right?
Yeah, it's no like a guitar string. It's fairly strong, you know. It's a strong and very um very fit instrument. Kind of when he made it, it kind of stayed for a long time before undoing it to
Hmm.
make it again. It's I barely broke something. Well, I've my last tour I broke one of these. This is the stick, by the way. This
Okay.
is the stick. The beaters for the balafon.
Hmm.
So you can maybe sometimes or easily broke this one sometimes. So I happened to broke one of these on my last tour last year in November in Chidam. So yeah, but the balafon it used to broke. I show you the balafon so people not pictures a picture of it. So hey
Nice.
folks, this is the balafon we've been talking about. Just in case if you're wondering, this is the balafon. Like I was saying, it's like a xylophone, but it's made out of wood. And then this is the thing we were talking about is goods, dried goods here,
Hmm.
amplify the sound. And here we've got a bamboo frame, you know, the kind of like the balafon is all attached to this bamboo, you know, which is
Hmm.
made separately from the wood. And then this is the wood, which is the mahogany type of wood, and we call it Harry. So here's the balafon, and yes, it's no easy to break this.
Hmm.
This is no easy. It's very strong and it's adorable. It doesn't. I don't let myself to break this. This is my baby. But the goods, and then it's happen to break sometimes.
Hmm.
It depends if I'm flying.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I, you know, it might happen. Some of the airlines might treat it bad, you know, badly, and then these can broke. That can
Hmm.
happen.
That can happen. And you also play the guitar, right? Did you first learn to play the guitar or the balafon?
I first learned to play balafon. Balafon is my main instrument. It's my
Hmm.
primary instrument. It's the one from my family. You know, I learned from my family that kind of thing. And I started playing guitar in 2015.
Okay.
Hmm.
I
And
don't know. I'm not like a professional guitarist or anything. I just play my own stuff on guitar, on my, you know, West African style of playing, you know, combined with maybe some indie rock stuff and funk as well.
Hmm.
nice.
But I'm not
And
professional.
I'm actually going way ahead in our script. We have like few sections that we want to go through, but I wanted to ask actually before we go any further, like normally when you compose, would you like think first of the balafon? Like, will you compose first on the balafon? Will you like compose on the guitar? Like, how will you write the music?
Well, to be honest, it depends how I the music come in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the music come in my head, like especially something that starts with balafon, and then I'm only focusing on balafon to start with, and that's usually what I do. Yeah, but now sometimes I go stuff that really like start with the guitar, and then I start, you know, composing stuff with the guitar, and later on I add the balafon on top. So that's my kind of approach with the composing stuff.
Lovely, awesome, thanks. Um, and before we dive into more like more technicalities about your music and all of this, we wanted to say first of all, a huge congratulations on winning the Emerging Talent competition at Glastonbury this year in 2023. That was amazing and very well deserved, of course. How did that feel?
It feels great. It feels great. It definitely feels like you're moving forward in your musical career. Because I guess, Glastonbury is no a small deal. It's a big deal, isn't it? So I
Huge.
was very, amazed by the awards, and then the fact that we managed to do, a lot of like 7 sets at Glastonbury as well. That all of those kind of gave me power, and it's like kind of like first dreams come true.
Yes. Nice.
It was good. It was like first dream
Awesome.
comes true.
Awesome. And I guess this is just sort of a very big and amazing proof of how cool your music is. And we were wondering, like, have you noticed any change since then in
Yeah,
terms of like
definitely.
gigs or like people reaching out, or even your composition might have changed, or any changes since then?
Yeah, it has helped me a lot being at Glastonbury, to see the different, stuff that going on in there as well. It has definitely impact on my composition right now. And it's good that I'm in the process of recording or preparing for new stuff.
Oh,
So it's good to have that picture in front of me as well, and the different stages I saw. Yes, it has changed stuff, and then a lot of people reaching me as well for gigs next year, which is good. And we're hoping to be at Glastonbury again for next year. It's so good.
nice. That's awesome. We will leave you the link to the performance in the notes of this episode.
Amazing.
Totally worth giving it a watch. Is amazing, and actually totally worth giving a watch to all the stuff that Infamadi has there. But yeah, we will share this one specifically for you to watch.
Wonderful.
And I think this links very well with our next sort of section, Edu.
Yes, definitely. I've heard that you are working on a new album, right? What can you tell us about it? When we'll see the light or go live? Uh, this new
Well,
album.
I do. I'm kind of composing. I'm working on it. I'm writing for the new album, for my debut album. It's not an easy thing though to do. It's a lot of process. Even today, I was like speaking with my tour manager, trying to figure stuff out. Finding a right producer. I think that's my main thing at the moment, to find a good producer that can understand my approach into from my background, manding background, style of music into indie rock. So that's the main thing for me at the moment. But other than that, I've been writing a lot. I've been writing like composing music, on guitar and balafon in the house. And then the process is I'm going to record a demo for the
Cool.
album, to be able to promote, for record labels and for the producer as well. And then after after record a demo, I'm gonna then record a single for the album and for my next tour, because I'm going on tour in March next year. So it's gonna be a single release tour, and then which is gonna promote for the album as well later in the year. So that's the process. That's the plan that
Cool.
got
Nice.
behind the album.
And that in your first EP, that I think you recorded at Rockfield Studios, if I'm not mistaken, in 2022, Arosifinia.
Arosiviana, yeah. It's a Welsh language, actually. It's a Welsh language because I live in Wales here. I live in Wales in Cardiff, and I recorded in one of the historical studio called Rockfield in Monmouthshire.
That's
That's where
amazing.
I recorded it. And then the name of the EP as well is called Arosiviana, which means "Wait for Me There." It's a love song.
Nice. And we saw some amazing like guests coming and participating in it, and we were wondering, will the next EP or single that you have in mind, like, will you also like invite some people, or will this be just something that you will do by yourself? Like, I don't know if you've given it any thought on this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would love to invite, more than, you know, kind of 3, 4 guests on my next album. I'm not thinking of inviting for the single yet because I've got like a very short time to make the single, so I gotta focus, on myself trying to do that. But for the album, I'm definitely gonna have some guests. I don't know yet who. It might be someone
Nice.
from Spain. Who knows?
Calling out all the Spanish musicians. That's awesome. Well, very much looking forward to listening to this new single. And regarding the lyrics, you were like briefly touching about like some wells there. Like, will they be in wells? Will they like, yeah? How are you thinking about that?
Sorry, say that
About
again.
the lyrics of the new single.
The new single.
Will they be wells, or you don't know yet?
I haven't decided that yet, but it might be more. I might get more English lyrics to it because I've got both fan English and Welsh audience as well.
Cool.
Nice.
Cool. Before playing a song that I know that you have prepared a song to play for our audience, I wanted to ask you for recommendations of maybe artists, albums that may have inspired you while you were composing or recording your last album.
Ah. Interesting questions. Well, I listen to a lot of rock stuff that
Good.
inspires me a lot. And then most of them are like 80s sound, but I also go like a new sound I listen to as well, such as Paolo Nutini,
Oh yeah.
yeah, and then there is a band called sorry, what was it? Franz Ferdinand, a Scottish band.
Yeah.
They're really good as well. I listen to them, and then I listen to Red Hot Chili Peppers as well.
Of course. All the good ones.
Well, I happen to love their sound. There's so many. I've got so many records that I listen to, but those people are kind of, pops my head. But if you wanted me to talk about local musicians as well, I
Yes.
know a lot of those.
Yes.
So in terms of local bands, there is some bands here, like Adworth. There is a girls band in Wales here. They're really good. They're called Adworth.
Atworth.
Adworth, yeah, Adworth. And we got Edith. They're all Welsh names, so
Yeah, that's great. And I actually, I might have to ask you to spell it for us after the episode, so we can find them on Spotify or online or whatever,
Yeah.
and then share with our listeners, and also for us to listen.
Sure.
But yeah, awesome. Any other that pops to mind, or you're good with those? What do you think?
I love those two bands. I love those two bands around here. There's too many bands, but it's hard when you like lie to try to think of who's mentioned.
That's the tricky.
Obviously, I did not prepare for that question before, but
No worries. That's a good. Before we go, you mentioned that you are preparing a little tour next year around March.
yeah,
Do you have any dates closed yet, or not yet?
I do have dates. We just
Nice.
haven't announced that, but we got all the dates. So it's from 8th of March,
Okay.
and it's kicking off in Aberystwyth Art Centre, and then we're gonna go like Liverpool Philharmonic, Brighton, Bristol, Cardiff, London.
Awesome.
So check out on my socials. You might see this like in a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, we'll actually leave your Instagram handle in the notes of this episode so people can start following you and check
Awesome.
when you're coming to visit them. I will definitely be there when you come over to Brighton. I'm very much looking forward to it. And yeah, without any further ado, I guess we can go ahead and
Play some
listen to
music.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
What-
play some balafon here.
What did you have in mind, Infomadi?
I'm just gonna play, I'm just gonna jam for now.
Good.
Awesome, perfect.
Just gonna jam, some of my stuff. I like jam, I like improvising.
Yeah! Awesome!
Amazing.
So that's my
Amazing.
rocking balafon.
Oh, so good. Thanks so much. That's amazing. Man,
you.
such an amazing talent. We highly recommend people going searching for Enfamadi, going on Spotify, going on YouTube, check him out. If you are ever down, he'll bring you up. It's such a cool music, and you'll start dancing as soon as you listen to it.
Yeah, folks, thank you so much for having me here. I had a really good time with you. Edu and Manu, thank you very much. I really appreciate it for having me again as, one of your English version of this program.
Awesome. Hopefully many more to come. That was great. Cool. So until here the episode of today. Thanks again for coming in, Famadi. Thanks everyone for being here and listening until here. Thanks to Cervezas La Virgen for our sponsorship, and we'll see you next week. Thanks everyone.
Great. Amazing. Yeah. Cheers, guys. Bye bye.
Hasta aquí el programa de hoy. Si te has quedado con ganas de más, suscríbete en las plataformas de podcast habituales. Y puedes seguirme en Twitter en @cablesyteclas.